Hello everybody, and welcome to my review of Deadpool, the video game. Alright, sorry that I haven't been able to do PAVA the last several weeks. I actually meant to do PAVA on Friday, but then Gamefly showed up with Deadpool the game, and I wanted to one night and then do review and the review and PAVA all that one night on Friday, but it was a little longer than I thought it would be. I knew it was going to be a short game. I just didn't know it would be a little longer than I expected. Or actually, not so much longer, just a little tougher than I thought it was going to be. It was a little tougher than I thought it was going to be. I had it on, I think it was like on veteran setting, which is basically medium, even though they give it a funny name. It makes it think like it's the hard setting, but it's not the hard setting. It's the medium setting, and the hard setting is like suicide or like murder or something like that. And the easy setting is genetically superior, so that was a little clever, I think. I personally thought it was a little clever, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. You guys can do whatever you want with that. But yeah, I did it. I cleared the game. Actually, technically I cleared it on easy, but whatever. I played almost all the game, all seven levels on medium mode, but it got really too hard. It was right before I would face off Sinister, but I could not manage to get that far. It was like right when I faced the last level, the last checkpoint right before I would face Sinister, but could not get past that point for the life of me. It took me 2 days, and I didn't want to waste any more time on that game, so today I said, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna put it on easy mode and whatnot. I mean, technically, I don't know what would be, because I cleared the game earlier this morning at 1 in the morning, so I don't know if you count that as late at night or early in the morning. Technically, I don't count it as the next day until I wake up. You know, that's what I see it. I could stay up all the night until 8 o'clock, and it's still the same day as it was when I woke up. When I first woke up. It's only a new day for me when I wake up. When I go to bed and wake up. That's really what it is. You know. But anyway, what did I think of the game? I was a bit of a fan of Deadpool. I never really got so much Deadpool experience. I really didn't know too much about him other than the fact that he was a bit of a merc with a mouth. I really didn't know too much of his background other than the fact that he had a really sick-ass healing factor. It's really off the chain and whatnot. It's really, really cool how this guy heals, but he's not immortal. He just can't be killed, which there's a difference. Immortal means that you cannot die. Even though he says that technically he cannot be killed, he can actually live for a long time, but if he just lives out his natural life, he will die. But he just horribly disfigured and insane. He can't kill himself, he won't die, so he just has to freaking live out his life, I guess. At least that's what I think, anyway. So yeah, on to the actual game. When you first start playing the game, you start off with a little cutscene of Deadpool and whatnot. If you don't hear by the way, I'm going to give some spoilers, so just a bunch of spoilers, so be warned. So anyway, you start off at the cutscene as only Deadpool will do, with him threatening High Moon Studios and breaking the fourth wall like he always does. By the way, he breaks the fourth wall a lot. And also, this is not a game for people who take video games seriously but have fun somehow at the same time. I know people who are into for the graphics will go, well, this isn't a good game, you're too much crude. No. This is only for people who enjoy all that crude and stupid humor, or for people who don't take people who take games seriously. Screw attack. If you're one of those people who take video games way too seriously, then you should not play this game. Also, I don't think you should buy this game. I think you just should rent it. because like I said, the game is a pretty quick game. I mean, sure, it's a little tough, and sure, you could, sure, if you like, there's a bunch of other stuff and bunch of other unlockable stuff to do, but 2 or 3 more playthroughs of the game, you're good. And each and every single playthrough gets easier and easier, unless you like, unless however you start up, first clear the game on easy mode, then go medium, hard, and whatnot. I did the exact opposite and just kind of started on medium, then went to easy just to have fun with it and beat. It was easy to beat it the second time. I actually beat it again later on today. So, you know, I cleared a bunch of unlockables and I sent it back through GameFly right before my mailman came. So I was happy about that, and I'm gonna get into new games shortly. But yeah, Deadpool is the same fourth wall breaking machine. He breaks the walls like nobody's business. So if you're not into that, then okay. Anyway, I keep getting sidetracked by my own thoughts. So anyway, you start off like blowing up shit and whatnot, threatening Hyman Studios, the people who actually made the game, going, "Hey, blah blah blah, we're making this a video game." It's like, okay, and whatnot, and it's kind of funny how they interact with that. And throughout the game, there's they break the wall, and at the same time they do give a bunch of nods to games. They give a nod to JRPGs once, just once. They also gave a nod to side scrollers, old 8-bit games, sorta, and a bunch of other cool games. They give a bunch of nods to a bunch of games. There's bits of pretty much everything in there. And like I said, it's a fourth wall breaking machine. I will say this though. I will say this. It does get a little repetitive. It does. The comedy can get a little much. Get a little cheesy at times. I will not deny that. But it is overall a good game, and I do recommend people playing this. I mean, granted, you should not buy it, but I think you should just, like, on Friday night, or next time you have a 3-day weekend or whatever, just, like, buy the game. You should probably finish it by the end of the weekend, depending on what level it is. I honestly think you should start off on medium mode, on, like, medium, or whatever they call it. Yeah, you should probably start off medium, and that once you get to the final boss, where, like, right before you would face final boss, or you're like right away from it, which is the final level. If you gets too tough for you on the final level, then I think you should just go easy. That way you have the option to get down a notch. They don't give you the option in game, which is kind of sad. If it gets too hard for you and you want to start easy level, you kind of have to go back to the main menu, quit the game, go back to the main menu, and go to level select, and you can do it from there. However, you do get all your stuff and whatnot, so if you feel like replaying a level because something you missed or whatnot, or you just want to play it for the sake of replaying it, then, you know, you have that option, though you have to restart your progress all the way from the beginning, so I wish they had the option for you to automatically change, you know, what level it is right when, like, after you die X amount of times, like they did in God of War, or they did in, like, bunch of other games that are also rated M and also kind of hard, but that's just my opinion. I think that's what I think they should. Also, the teleport button is a little weird because it's also the button where you can counterattack. It gets a little tricky, and honestly, when you try and teleport away, someone has the O right above their head, it gets a little tricky, and you end up attacking someone instead, and you end up actually dying. And the controls aren't exactly smooth as they should be. I mean, they're good controls, but I think they should be a little smoother. They're a little loose, I think, honestly, but that could just be me. I mean, it's a good game, though. I mean, the humor is pretty good. I mean, it's Deadpool. I mean, when I went into this game, I knew I was going to have fun playing this game, but I did not know how much fun, and I also knew that it was probably not going to be the best game in the world. I knew that as soon as I heard that Deadpool was going to come out with the game, I knew it's probably not going to come out be game of the year or something like that, or even the game of its genre, whatever they want to classify it as. So I knew right away it was not going to be an amazing game. I knew that the highest it would get from for people who have a button stick up their butt and go, oh, these certain games, and they rate certain games. The critics would probably give it maybe at most an 8.3 or something like that. If it breaks the 8-point section, I know Screw Attack gave it a 5 for some dumb reason. Yeah, and I think IGN gave it a 6 or 7. Whatever. Those guys obviously take their games way too seriously. But like I said, this is for people who... This is a game for people who don't take games seriously, who can relax and have a good time, and don't mind repetitiveness, and don't mind doing the same thing over again. Even if you do mind the same thing over again, by the time it finally does get a little repetitive, you're like, what, 4 or 5 levels in. Between 4 and 6 levels is probably around the time where I got thought it was a little repetitive, but like I said, there's only 8 levels of it, and you can probably finish with a day for good enough. So, you know, you should. I think you should play it. I think everyone who is a fan of the Marvel universe and likes their comic book heroes and whatnot, like, should probably play this game, or probably just play the game if they have it for like a free weekend, or they just want something bloody and stupid all at the same time. And it is a very entertaining game. It just puts a smile on your face. People think it's stupid, but whatever. The sound, the music, background. I thought it was pretty good. The music was sounded pretty good. The voice actor was pretty good. I think the voice acting was pretty good. I actually did like the voice acting a lot. The story, you know, it's Deadpool, so the story's gonna be something a little silly right off the bat. I knew it was gonna be very sensible. Like I said, this is not for snotty people who like go have like stick up their butt where to go. Like, I don't like games that are good, or like have very professional games and whatnot. The animations and the graphics weren't the best and are not the best in the world. Boo hoo hoo, whatever. I thought the graphics were pretty good. I mean, granted, they do look a little bit older than they should. They look like, I mean, seriously, PS4 is around the corner, and the game just came out this year, so it doesn't look like next-gen graphics. That's for sure. It doesn't look like it's like should be getting ready for it. Honestly, this looks like something that came out when the console first launched. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Not to say that it's not good, decent. I mean, the graphics are decent, I guess. I have no problem with the graphics at all. Honestly, that's just me. Let's see what else is there. Oh, and the main bad guy is Mr. Sinister, who I have never heard of ever. Actually, I think I heard him mentioned once, and I never heard of any of these bad guys before either. Which kind of disappointed me. I thought, maybe, I was hoping that maybe the bad guy would be something along the lines of, like, Taskmaster. I think that's his name. Or some other mercenary. You know, that would have been fun. I mean, for those who are wondering what Deadpool is, he's not necessarily a good guy, and he's not necessarily a bad guy. He's a mercenary. He's a gun for hire, and on and all, he can't really be a good guy because he just kind of doesn't really give a damn about other people, the baddies' lives. So he just kind of mercilessly kills people without really regard. I mean, he kills bad guys without regard. I mean, other villains kind of like smash and like beat them until a bloody pulp. They really don't necessarily kill them so much as knock them out or make it so they don't attack them anymore. But no, there's no badger, there's no ifs, ands, or about it. Deadpool does kill people. He just lights people's heads. He's lights left place. And he's having fun about it. So he's like, oh my god. So yeah, this is a good game. I think it is. So with that, how I'm gonna rate this game. I'll give this game a 7.9 out of 10. You know, like I said, I think a few things should have changed. Like the graphics could have been better. The music was good, and the sound quality was pretty good. I mean, I had no problems with it. The gameplay was a little bit repetitive. I think they could have done better about that. I think they should have had more options. And I also think there should have been a little bit more of a story. And the game was a little bit short. But the fact that it was short and that it's repetitive kind of cancels each other out. And so it's kind of balanced because, you know, two wrongs do make it right. Because, you know, on one hand it's repetitive. On another hand, it's not exceedingly a long game. So you have the actual opportunity to finish it. So, like I said, I'm going to give it 7.9 out of 10. And that'll be my review. If you have a problem with my review and think that I did something wrong or whatever, please comment below. like, subscribe, all the goodness. And for those who were wondering what the song was that was playing at the beginning, that was Mind Your Manners by Pearl Jam, out their album coming out soon called Lightning Bolt. I don't, let's see, maybe I can see what's coming out for you people if you guys care or give a damn. It's coming out October 15th this year of 2013, so get that album if you want it, but it's totally up to you. So yeah, that was me, and I'm gonna make a video tomorrow, and bye bye.